which is a New York City-based beauty blog, which covers everything from hair, spa, fitness, women's, pets in New York City, and beauty. And I basically focus on color. So it has to be anything on the face or the body or the nails. Anything color related is what I focus on. So I'm lucky that I get to usually get most products before they are in the stores or on the counters. So I want to talk to you. I find it very interesting because I know as myself as a rock and metal fan, you know, I go to a lot of shows and I see a lot of female artists, you know, and you look at them and I know how I am on a very humid day in New York City or a cold day, how my skin and makeup react. So I want to talk to you a little bit just about, do you change your product regimen or your routine based on what you're going to do that day? Like if you have a show, do you need to use tons of primers, or do you is it the same thing just kicked up? Like what is your regimen like when you know you're going to be on stage so that you don't like have raccoon eyes with your mascara? That's what I would want to know.
Well, to prevent raccoon eyes, I always use waterproof mascara,
right,
and also to keep the curl up because I got pretty much stubborn straight eyelashes. And I basically start the day with my normal makeup, and then an hour before the show or so, I just throw an extra layer on, depending on what I do for the eyes or the lips. If it's a smoky eye, sometimes I have to take this part away with baby wipes and do it new again. I don't take all my makeup off and do it completely from scratch. I love applying makeup, but that would be too much.
Right, yeah, it's a pain, you know, people don't realize because you have to do both sides, 2 eyes, you know, it's high maintenance. And I'm looking now, like your cat eye is almost like perfect. I can never get the little flick perfect. What do you use to get that look that you have right now? Because you definitely have like your eyelashes are super curled too, so, but what do you use to get that?
I used the MAC eyelash curler. But actually today was a bad day. I kind of crimped them a little.
Well, they look pretty flawless. I'm like, wow, you have major curl. I can see the bend, and that's how I know it's because I know I have like stick straight lashes. It's like they don't curl no matter what.
Yeah, the MAC eyelash curlers or the Sciarretto are really good.
Yeah, I have that one. Yeah. Not for me. I tried. No, it doesn't. Nothing curls them. They're just stubborn. They just want to go straight up.
You know, you also have the heated eyelash.
Yep, I've tried those too. I've even tried blow drying my eyelash curler.
Or a spoon.
Yep, that works. But yours is definitely working.
Yeah, with a whole lot of force and waterproof mascara on it.
And what's the eyeliner that you're using to get the cat eye flick?
That's the unknown brand I got sent to a couple of years ago, and it says 24-hour tattoo liner. So I was afraid to use it on my eyes, so it was in my drawer. And I have so many eyeliners, and I like the felt tip eyeliners.
Me too.
But they were never really dark. They always dry out. You never get a real intense black line.
And they fade a little bit almost. And if you wear any color underneath of it, even with the primer, I still feel like it'll turn whatever. It starts to fade out a little bit. It doesn't stay intense. But that one looks like it does.
Yeah, it's a 24-hour.
A brand you don't even know.
No, I got sent to it by a company like an alternative clothing shop that also carries makeup, and they send me some stuff.
Sometimes it's like those little like gems that you find like accidentally. Like I know I find a lot of those at like Target or at like a drugstore. And I wanted to ask you about this because obviously you had like a gem your bag was missing when you had no product. What did you can go to the drugstore and stock up, and when that happens, what do you do? How do you kind of, when you go to a drugstore and you have to like make these choices really quick, how do you have like drugstore go-tos, or how do you approach if you're like, oh my God, my eyeliner, I lost it, it broke, I don't have anything, you know, how do you make those choices and decisions on what you're gonna get? Because you're inundated with so many products.
Yeah, well, luckily I have like a tiny makeup bag in my handbag with me with some stuff like
emergency.
Like more touch-up stuff. I could not do a whole makeup from scratch, but to touch up during the day, like a powder, a blusher, the skin-colored water eyeliner, and some lipsticks. Toothbrush, luckily my own. Then I heard that the suitcase didn't arrive, and I thought, because I packed a couple of palettes like Stila, Paula's Choice, and they were Paula's Choice one that's brand new, and I thought, I
great,
It's like a neutral palette, Nude Mattes was made together with Wayne Goss, like a YouTube beauty guru, and I really like neutral stuff. I had like my canary face, like parrot blue and green. But for daytime I like neutral eyes, and so I have a couple of neutral palettes with me. And then I thought, okay, I don't have eyeshadow, I don't have foundation, I need extra concealer,
yeah, it's like a whole like
eyeliner. I got mascara, I got my concealer, And I use a foundation from Rimmel, which is like matte because I got oily combination skin. And this palette from Wet n Wild, the Comfort Zone. This is one of the best buys in drugstore you can make if you like neutral.
Right, and you think Wet n Wild is probably like $5, right? It's probably,
this is $6-7.
Right, $6 or $7, and it's all you have the whole shade range right there, and it's like you said, you're going to get on stage or you're going to go perform or you're going to do something. You want to kind of make sure it looks good, but sometimes people don't realize that a bargain product is there. It's being made by a corporation with a lot of money behind it. It's not going to be something that they're not going to put up crap, it's just not as luxe as something that you're going to get at Macy's or Bloomingdale's. So for you, I noticed Rimmel that you got. Like Rimmel, I tell people all the time, Rimmel makes the best liquid eyeliner, like you were talking about, that I've ever used. It's called Exaggerate, and it's just like, it almost looks like a calligraphy, like little inkwell, and it stays, it doesn't move. And another one that a black eyeliner, I just got the Alexa Chung for Ico at Sephora. That's what I have on today, and it's great. It does not move, and it's dark. It's carbon black, and they're not kidding. So that's for someone like you who's looking for a darker, more intense color, and it comes with carbon black mascara too, which I'm wearing today as well. So, did you pick up those brushes as well at the drugstore?
From the Pixie Sisters on YouTube. These are the best. How do you say? High street makeup brushes, cruelty-free and easy to maintain. And this is my makeup, my foundation brush. And then I bought the eye kit, and I didn't buy eyeliner. I just made the brush a little wet and
turn it into eyeliner.
Yeah, turn it into eyeliner. That's a little tip. Plus, I use the brow bone color as a highlight on the cheekbones as well. So it's all about trying to
get a lot out of a little bit, right? You get a couple things there, and you can make them do a lot of things. Like some people, you could even like dip it and like put it on like here, even like around your like cleavage or the décolletage. Like something like a super light color will give you like shimmer, or even on your shoulders if you're wearing.
Mix it in body lotion.
Yep, it totally adds some shimmer. Exactly. So for your blog, tell us a little bit about it. Like how long have you been doing it, and what exactly what made you want to start doing that? Is it just that you get a lot of fans that want to know what you're doing, or you just have a love for beauty and want to share like the looks? Because there's so many people, Michelle Phan, all the beauty bloggers that are on YouTube now. So it's what made you want to kind of document your journey with beauty products and kind of do a similar thing?
It's a combination of both. Fans always, mainly girls, ask me what do I use, stage outfits, clothing, like in daily life, makeup, hair, everything. So since the beginning I've been doing my own makeup and hair, and I really enjoyed it. I always loved playing with makeup and putting makeup on my friends. My sister was my guinea pig for many years. So
it's creative too. It's another creative outlet.
Yeah.
People realize, like, I have friends that are makeup artists who are just like, I'm gonna try this, and this. And I'm like, wow, it's like how they envision how to sculpt a face. What kind of works. So, not to interrupt you, sorry.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I've worked as a makeup artist as well. So, having 11 years of experience on myself and other faces, gave me a whole lot of knowledge. It's fun, and I also want to just emphasize makeup is not like a mask. It should just enhance your natural beauty.
Yes.
But it is also art. Like, for example, there's this girl from Israel. I don't know if you ever seen her. She makes like paintings on the eye.
No. Oh my goodness.
Her name is Tal Pilek. She has also a blog and a whole lot of followers. And she makes like fairy tales, like the princess on the pea, like on her eye. And it's super detailed. And that's really cool. And I do extreme makeup as well for the shows, for the videos, for photo shoots, and just for my blog whenever I have time.
And what's the name of your blog so people could look at it too?
It's smonstyle.com. SMOONT. Simone Style, STYLE style.
And for you, say you do extreme makeup. That's interesting too, because I've noticed in the past few years that manicures and nail art has gotten really extreme with like the textures. There's a company sent me these things that were like almost like they were made almost out of like a fiberglass kind of thing, and they're like these crazy nails. It's really intricate, and it is becoming like art. So for you, when you want to do an extreme look for like a video, is it like does your lyrics or your music inspire like what look you want to have, or just the visual or whatever the treatment is for the video? Like what are some of the boundaries that you might like to push when you're doing it for either on stage or what would you do like for you know, a professional makeup look that you wouldn't do on the street when you're walking around, but you would for like stage or for a video? Like what boundaries will you cross as well?
I don't have boundaries then. Whenever I have a photo shoot or a video shoot, I often browse YouTube and other blogs for inspiration. I don't know if you know Mischievous, Julia. She's a friend of mine. So she's done a nice look, and I thought, I can base that on what she's wearing, and just play around myself. So for the upcoming video shoot, I've done like 4 different very creative looks. I've posted them on my Instagram, which is also Simone Style. People can have a look. You can see some photos. So it's like it's a blue smoky eye with a nude lip. I use like paper lashes and a bright red lip, like a more pin-up look. And then I did a little bit more evil queen look. Right. With black and gold and like tattoo liner all over my face. And I even experimented with UV powder pigment from Makeup Forever. I bought that at IMAT London, the International Makeup Artist Trade Show. When I was there, I could combine that with EPICA as well. I had to do interviews, and then that was right when there was IMAT, so I took my friend who was a photographer, and we just spent too much money there. And I bought it there because I thought I can use it one day. I used it on stage once because we had the UV lamp. And I told the guy from the photo shoot, like, look, I have this kind of makeup with me, maybe we can do something. So we ended up shooting a scene in the bathroom because like the studio was really big, and the bathroom you could shut down and use the UV light. So I was sitting on the toilet, like the seat was closed, with the lamp like shining up, and the mirror, and like making like tribal like drawings on my face. I haven't seen the result yet, but what I could see like that was really cool.
That's very different too. You usually wouldn't think that you would come up with something so clever, but you know, I think MAC and Makeup Forever are probably the brands that are the most edgy and most theatrical. So I would think
the mascara as well.
Yeah, they're definitely, their colors are always really bold too, I think. So what is your favorite 3 top favorite brands? And you know, just in general, then I'll ask you about your favorite products, you know, or what is your like all-time favorite certain products for each feature. But what is your 3, if you could just like 3 brands and they're only ones you could shop? I know it's hard. Which ones would they be?
I just have to look in my makeup drawer in my memory. I would say I have a lot of MAC stuff. MAC blushes, eyeshadows.
They have such a great color range. I feel like MAC is my favorite brand, and I'm not afraid to admit it. But they just have everything that is. Every time I go in there, I'm like, God, why do I go anywhere else? But then I see something great at Makeup Forever or Urban Decay that I love. So it's hard to choose. You know, there's so many good things.
I like the high street and also the high end. I like the combination. So for a makeup look, I would sometimes use like expensive foundation, but cheaper eyeshadow.
Right.
I live in Germany. The German drugstore have really good quality eyeshadows. So MAC definitely, Urban Decay because of the Urban Decay makeup palette. One of my favorites.
Yeah, they have good one. Their smoky eye palette's really great too. I think you can do like all different like shades. You can do purples, greens, like blues.
The last one would be then the drugstore. It's a German drugstore called Catrice. They make the perfect red they used to make. It's discontinued.
Oh, that's
so I have to find something else.
Right, or stock up. I hate when they do that.
Yeah, I bought one online, the last one, and I have to find something else. I wanted to try the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. Right. They have one which is for blondes, which looks really warm because the Auburn one looks like dark brown. And I'm gonna look like Bert from Sesame Street. So I'm not gonna use that. So, but for makeup, what I'm wearing today, the foundation is from Manhattan. It's also a German brand. It's drugstore. It's affordable. It's like €7.
But it looks really good. It looks very. It does not look like drugstore brand product.
But it's the packaging.
Yeah.
Packaging, you don't pay for the expensive packaging.
Yeah, that's a lot of the times you'll get like a palette that has like this big fancy Smashbox design on it, and they put all the money into that, and that's what you're paying for, and you're realizing that probably what's inside the package is pretty similar. You know, the same ingredients and formulations. You know, they're all kind of, you know, I think some of it's proprietary, you know, but it always trickles down. So, and then what is your all-time favorite eyeliner? What brand and what color and why?
I want to buy it. I'm on a hunt for it. It's the Makeup Forever 24 hour. Is it 24 hour. No, the aqua liners.
Aqualiner, it's great. I use that too. It's like the little pot, and it's like you have to kind of close it where it'll dry out, and then it sucks because it could last forever. It's like an inkwell. It could last forever. And then what is your favorite mascara?
Maybelline the Rocket at the moment.
Really?
But I could, in waterproof, I couldn't find it, so I bought the 1x1 volume. But today I'm wearing the Rocket because my suitcase came
Right,
back.
you got it. So you got to use it. And what is your favorite lipstick brand or lipstick color or both?
Oh, at the moment I am very much into tinted lip balms. The one I'm wearing today is from Laura Mercier. It's crimson, something with crimson. But I love Burt's Bees. They have tinted lip balms.
Yeah, they do.
I basically I'm about to empty one, and I have a backup as well. So.
Do you use lip gloss, or are you more of a lipstick person or a lipstick?
Yeah, lipstick, lip stain, or lip balm. Lip gloss is just gets in your face.
Your hair will stick to it if it's windy out. You're like, oh, whoops.
Yeah.
And then your hair is sticky afterwards, and it's like, oh, I know.
I don't like the consistency, and so I'm more a lipstick girl. And one of my favorite beauty items is like blushes. I have become a blush obsession.
For you, what's a tip on, like, I feel like a lot of women who like makeup or experiment with it struggle with blush, and I get a lot of questions about it. They struggle with it because it's, if you don't use it right, you look like you're wearing it, and if you do use it right, you apply it right, it looks fabulous. You just have to know how to do it. Do you have any tips on how you apply blush? Because your blush looks really natural, you know. Do you have a tip on what's like, most people, they have to like start on the cheeks and smile when you're putting it on because you want it to hit the natural places or natural places where the sun would hit. So do you have any tips on how to perfectly apply blush?
Well, in the past I used to apply it as a contour, so below my cheekbone, until I found out that was not the right way to wear it.
Well, you have to experiment, right?
So for younger women, like until I don't know, 50, 60, you can wear it on the apples of the cheek. You know, it looks good, and in combination with a bronzer and highlighter, depending if you need to shape your face more. I have like protruding cheekbones, like absurd. I don't contour at all. I don't need to. But I apply it slightly on the apples of the cheek and pull it upwards towards the ear. That's a little bit what I like. Some people put it really high up, some put it more outside, depends on your face shape. But yeah, I like to put a little bit on the apples of the cheeks. And what I normally do to make it last forever is first apply a cream blush on top of like liquid foundation, and then put powder blush on top. It kind of locks it in place.
Yeah, it gives it a little more vibrancy too, I would think, because like a cream, I feel like any cream formulation, I always use a primer, like just in a nude. I use MAC paints early, and I put it on, even if I'm not wearing, because it's nude, on my skin, because I have such light skin, I put it on there, and I know whatever I put on over top of it, it's not going anywhere. And I feel like any cream formulation will help that, and that's a good idea, like, you know. And it can also intensify it too, like putting a cream blush underneath too.
And you can change the color of the powder blush, or vice versa, by combining the products.
And then what about, what is your favorite blush of all time? Do you have a favorite blush product of all time?
Bobbi Brown, Pot Rouge, and Cabo Coral. Discontinued.
Wow. Oh, what do you do when they discontinue it? Do you ever like try to stack up on eBay? Because that happens a lot, and I think that they do it so that they can bring it back, you know, and kind of make a splash. But that happens to me a lot. Some of my favorite colors get, and it sucks because you get used to it. You're like, oh my god, I gotta stock up on it, but you can only keep it for so long because it could go bad depending on how much preservatives are in it or whatever. But you know, it's a product that's not going to last forever. So what do you do when you
well, in my obsession days I would stock up as well, and then in the end I didn't like the product anymore and had to sell it on the blog sale again. So I tried to find other products, dupes, you know. And for the Bobbi Brown one, there is one from Stila, the convertibles.
Oh yeah, those are good too.
And there's an orange toned one. It's not exactly the same. It's way more fat and creamy. You can use it also on the lips, the Bobbi Brown as well, but the Bobbi Brown is too chalky and too dry. Right. You need also like a lip gloss or lip balm in combination with that. So, but I like peachy, reddish kind of blushes. So no baby pink or bluish colors because I got a very yellow skin tone.
Right, and it doesn't.
No, it kind of makes me look like I got jaundice if I do that.
Well, for you being a redhead and having light skin, like, what are some of the challenges for you for makeup? Do you not feel there any? Because I know that some people that, you know, I know as a light skin really like apparition tone, I say I'm like ghostly because my skin is so pale. I don't want to use bronzer. Like I feel like I look healthier not having that on, and if I put it on, I'm gonna look like a basketball. So I feel like really a lot of women that, you know, respond to us tell us, yeah, I can't wear bronzer, I'm too fair, or you know, somebody who has darker skin, you know, is like, I can't wear this color. I know I don't look good in dark lip colors. It's not for me. Like I'd rather do a dark eye, like a pink or peachy lip. So for you as a redhead, you know, do you find yourself you have to stay away from certain colors like pink, or do you just not follow any of those old-fashioned, outmoded beauty rules?
Well, I wear whatever I like, but my tip for other girls out there is if you have beauty blogs or whatever out there, find someone who has similar features as you, like same hair color, eyes and skin tone, because I follow some beauty bloggers and they are completely the opposite of mine, and I think, oh, that looks so great on her, and then I buy it and it looks like crap on me.
So that too, I know, you're like, what?
And I'm already a clown without makeup. I got blue eyes and red hair, that's already pretty colorful.
Right, sure.
So, but I do try to defy the rules within beauty, but I don't think there are so many rules, because you have also people who have more neutral skin tone. But if I would have different hair color and darker eyes, you can, for my feeling, there are no boundaries.
Right.
Which colors you can use. You have dark eyes, so you can basically use all colors.
Right.
If I would use blue, then my eye color becomes grayish. So
right.
I like to use warm colors like gold or warm pinks, bronze, and yeah.
Is there anything too, and I'll wrap it up soon because I know we have the time constraint. Is there any product that you have to have in your emergency bag that you keep on you at all time? What is the one thing, and it can only fit one thing, it's going to be? Concealer. Is that because just under eyes, puffy eyes, bags, can touch up blemishes?
Yeah, I think flawless skin is very important. I mean, you can do an amazing eye makeup, but if your skin is
bumpy or red, I know it. I'm blessed, I feel, because I have no blemishes. Really, I really hardly ever break out, and I feel like if I have a break, I'm like, oh my god, so people are looking at not my eyes, and it's calling attention to it. So I agree. I think flawless skin. Most makeup artists I know are always like, you gotta have flawless foundation, and I know I won't go out without putting moisturizer on my face. As soon as I get out of the shower and put my contacts on, I put moisturizer on, because I feel like that's just gonna set me for the day, and I feel like I'm not wearing deodorant or underwear if I don't wear moisturizer every day, and people don't realize how important. Protect your neck too. That's what I always tell people. It's like one of the key things that people forget. And then for you, this could be for a question that would be for other women who are in bands. What's get one universal tip that you would give them so that when they get on stage they can look flawless, or like you said, use waterproof products. But is there any other like a tip to make sure that when they're getting out there doing that they kind of look their best? Because it's easy to make a mess of what they're when you're out there rocking out and it's hot and there's a lot of people and grabbing at you, doing the stuff that you do. Is there anything that you could tell other women in your position so that they can always look their best?
Well, I got asked the question a lot, like, how do you maintain your makeup so flawless? But I do have like a little kit on the side of the stage, like a mirror, hairbrush, lipstick, and a powder to kind of get rid of the sweaty shine. So use a foundation that's long wearing and preferably mattifying, and highlight the places you want it to be highlighted, like the cheekbones, nose bridge, cupid's bow, and high points of underneath your brow if you want that. And if you do a lot of hair whipping, don't use lip gloss. Use a lipstick, and preferably a matte lipstick, because even the glossy ones, they fade and they hit the microphone, and then by accident you have the microphone pattern on your cheek. I've had that.
And so for you, when you found out, this is my last question, when you found out, my bag's not here, my makeup is not here, in addition to being like, I just got that Paula's Choice palette and being very upset about it, when you jump into the mode of just like, I just need to go out there and get things, was there anything that you were like, oh, I know I have to get that first? Or were you like, oh, I know that this is a good brand? Was there, like, how did you approach like the emergency shopping trip to Duane Reade or wherever that you guys went?
Well, first of all, I was so dead tired that I did not really make a list, and I thought, okay, maybe my suitcase still arrives, and it didn't. So I quickly made a list in my head. Okay, foundation, concealer, mascara, because that was what I don't have in my touch-up bag with me. And yeah, eyeshadow and makeup brushes. Basically, I could do also makeup look just with fingers. You can
Right,
apply
sure.
I don't find that so sanitary.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So,
Because you get the oils in your hands and everything.
yeah,
too.
you can lock up the eyeshadows and kind of do a liner with it.
Mm-hmm.
But the most important thing for me also is the curling eyelash curler. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot to buy that. So I applied the mascara, and my tip is always use your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
When it's almost dry, then you can lift up the eyelashes.
Right,
as well.
right. No, that's a good idea. Do you wear false lashes too, or?
On stage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I always look at them and I'm like, oh my god, false eyelashes look so amazing, but they're hard to pull off too. You have to really be careful putting it close and make sure there's no space. But when you see really, really well done lashes, it looks really good. I got extensions. Like I was getting them in LA when I visited LA, and it was like 2 hours where I'd have to lay there, and it was miserable. But afterwards, I was like, oh my god,
You know, you're like a butterfly.
I went to the dentist, and the dentist was like, wow. My dentist is a female. She was like, what did you do to your eyelashes? And I actually used, the like lash serums.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to use them because they were like, I was afraid that there was, there was some question about them. But when I used them, I made it a part of my routine. After I brushed my teeth every night, I put the lash thing. And another person was like, wow, your lashes look really long. It does work, but I just felt like it was a high maintenance thing, and I was like, it was a cool trend for a while. I know they're still very popular, but they do work. I will say that much, is that those, they're made for, they noticed that glaucoma patients were getting long eyelashes, and they put that product in the lash enhancers, and you can find them everywhere. What do you think? This is my last question. Sorry, I keep coming up with things. Do you ever see this pink beauty blender, like their egg shape? What do you think of those? I personally love them, and I feel like I get into all the contours on my face, and it feels really smooth on my face whenever I'm using like a liquid product. Because I usually basically just use MAC Studio Fix, but sometimes I'll use like a BB cream, or I'll use like a liquid, like a cream foundation. But what do you think of those? Like, they're pretty popular nowadays too.
Yeah, I have the beauty blender, and I have like a German drugstore duplicate of it. And for me, it's too much work. I have to dampen the sponge and to clean it.
Oh yeah, it is a pain.
I don't know how to deep cleanse it, so I prefer brushes. And I also get flawless finish with the Real Techniques buffing brush. I really like that. And but I know lots of makeup artists also love using the beauty blender.
Yep, I like it.
Of them.
Yep, but they're hard to clean. I do agree. They have to have their own little cleanser. You have to soak them. And it's kind of, you have to be really cleanly with these things. But that was all my questions. Is there anything else that you want to talk about beauty, or about your blog, or about your beauty kind of perspective, and just being an artist and being a musician that goes on stage,
Well, just that it's about having fun, People should not think that beauty is the world. It's just a fun, girly thing, and it's also important to eat healthy, exercise, get your sleep. I do have to say, even though I'm fair-skinned, I am very lazy when it comes to applying sunscreen.
Oh, really?
I find it often too oily. It's another extra step you gotta do.
Yes, and there's already a lot of steps. I get it. I don't go out. I use it in my moisturizer. Like, my moisturizer has SPF in it, and that's how I kind of get away with it. And usually a product that I have put over top has it, but I just feel it's really important, because I see people who are damaged, but I'm just like, wow, they're like 10 years younger than me, and they look older. So, and as a fair-skinned person, I totally get it, but yeah, I think people sometimes think, oh, you're putting on all these products, all of that just to, but it's worth it. And you know what? I know I can get my routine down to 15 minutes if I just, if I repeat it. It's like a regimen. You can get it done in the same amount of time. And I think it's worth it. Then result is always worth it, because it is a creative process too. People don't realize that makeup is art.
It's like a little bit of ritual. It's like a relaxing moment,
Yeah. I'm like, what am I going to do today? I'm going to do purple. Am I going to do blue? Yeah, I feel the same way. Well, thank you so much for enlightening us about your beauty routines.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks.